New York City Mayor Eric Adams is in Ecuador today as part of his 4-day trip to Latin America. He's using the trip to solve the city's migrant crisis.
Enrique Acevedo joins us now from Mexico City. Enrique, welcome. So you spoke with Mayor Adams. What did he say he wants to accomplish during this trip? What message is he trying to get across?
Hi, Elaine, Michelle. Well, he wants to view things from the ground instead of looking at the migrant crisis from New York City. He wants to go to the communities where these migrants are coming from. He wants to join them in this very dangerous journey, at least in parts of that. And he wants to have a one-on-one conversation with them. Not to dissuade them. I asked him if that was the main goal here, to dissuade migrants. He said just to let them know that what they think it's an American dream can very quickly become an American nightmare for them and their families.
So, I mean, just to that point, just how hopeful is he that this Latin American tour will slow the influx of asylum seekers to New York City? They are fleeing some real problems, some real threats. And just in his mind, does that begin to open up the question of where the origin really comes from? Does it all begin in Latin America, or is that just a small piece of the overall puzzle?
I think, like other U.S. officials, he's starting to realize just what you're saying, Michelle, that this is a very complex issue, that it's not just Latin American migrants. He was talking about people from West Africa, people from Asia and other parts of the world that are trying to get to the Mexico-U.S. border through Central America and through the Darien jungle in South America. So I think he realizes that it's not just Latin American migrants, and that the reasons why these migrants are making the very hard decision to leave everything behind is also complex, not just economic opportunity or violence, but bad governance, climate change, and a post-pandemic reality in the region. I don't think he views this as an opportunity to stop the influx of migrants into the U.S., but I think he's also aware of the politics of the issue, and he's trying to do something about it.
Enrique, what did he sort of suggest about what he thinks New York City needs to address the migrant crisis?
So I asked him first if we are at a point in history where migrants are no longer welcome in a city like New York. And he said that was not the case, that it was just a financial burden for the city at this point. I asked him if it was an urgent matter, and he said, well, it can break the bank and take us to financial collapse. He was working the numbers during the interview and said that the city just doesn't have enough resources. So I think, to answer your question, Elaine, I think he needs more resources. I'm sure he's having that conversation with federal authorities, but he did tell us that the city doesn't have enough money, basically, to provide the humanitarian care that these migrants need.
Oh, there is a lot on the streets now. You are very aware of it when you walk through New York City, how critical we are at this moment. It's a full town.
Yeah, definitely see it.
Enrique Acevedo, thank you so much.